Guys, so this is the premiere of Coming in the ATL Season 2, Episode 1. What is it? Natural Enemies. Now, the episode starts off with Maya. Maya decided, you know, this $50 weave, weave and sew-in shops, they're cool and all, but what's actually making me the money and is producing less overhead is my virgin pretty hair. So what she's going to do, she's going to close down a couple of her shops in order to go and decrease the overhead costs. This is not what she said, but you know, being business minded, I call it take out the overhead costs, and she can invest that money into the pretty hairline, which has given results of over 700% compared to whatever her shops are doing. So she's like, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. And I'm like, okay, see, I respect that. I respect that a lot. Now, Beauty can't seem to grasp that concept of, wait a minute, because that's what Beauty does. She owns her own business, so she can't understand the concept of, wait a minute, this woman has multiple businesses. I invested $10,000 into her business, and yet she's closing down some of the businesses. That doesn't make sense. I'm like, Beauty. If this woman just said the hair that you're also buying from her is doing so well, why aren't you, like, it's smart to question what her motives are and what she's actually able to do and produce, but at the same token, how are you didn't even thoroughly investigate as an investor. You know, you just pretty much just like, what's going on? And that was funny because Maya invited them there to actually, oh yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. Maya invited them there so that they could go and help her pack up at least a little bit, you know, pretend to pack up, because, you know, production was only going to get them, what, maybe like 10 minutes, 20 minutes to get the actual scene right so that they could go over to Mashia's place. And the thing is, LaKenya is also buying hair from Maya. And so LaKenya is concerned because she's thinking, okay, I have to think about this because the hair that Maya has, my previous client did not want, and if there's something sketchy going on with Maya's business, then maybe I need to hightail it. And because Mushia, yeah, I know Mushia, we know, oh my gosh, Mushia, she actually said that she has runway curls and it has different textures. So maybe that's the route that we need to go. So Mushia, of course, is finally doing what we want her to do. It took Mushia all of last season at the very end to finally go and talk about runway curls. You know, the show wasn't guaranteed a season 2. That's why I'm like, at least Maya made sure to brand pretty hair the whole season. Now, Mushia, since she finally has a branding thing down pat, she even shows us the box. This is nice silver box that says runway curls, and it comes in all different textures, colors. And of course, it's the hair basically that was growing out of our people's scalp, and you know, with the natural textures and all that. So it's like, okay, shout out to Mushia. But Mushia's just like, I've been in the beauty game for what, 20 years or 10 plus years, however long, doing the research for this. And I'm thinking, okay, that's all well and good, but Maya still beats you to it. So are we really going to pretend like you're the originator of this? Are we really going to pretend like there aren't a whole bunch of other people who have been doing this before you and probably invested more money in order to do it as well? Are you really going to pretend like because you have a TV show that you were the only one that really took this thing of natural hair seriously? Anyway, so she's talking with her husband about how they're going to go and possibly bring in LaKenya, because LaKenya, you know, she has potential, and of course Mushia realizes that. She's like, you know, I want to take her under my wing, possibly get her to work with me. Again, it's still the same day. See, that's how you know production is just a different level as far as production and how much they have to spend, because all of their scenes are on the same day, and you can tell. It's smart. It's very smart, but I'm like, everyone's stuff can't conveniently be happening at the same exact... Come on now. Come on now. How dumb do you think we are? How dumb do you think we are? Now, you have, of course, LaKenya and and Beauty, they're on, you know, a little nice quaint lunch date. Beauty can't, like I said, grasp the concept of how is it that this woman, Maya, opens up all these shops saying that she's making millions of dollars, and yet she's now closing up multiple shops. It's like, hello, because she's on to the next thing. That's why. I understand as an investor you're concerned, but you talk to her. You see the receipts. That's what you go and request. Not this whole, oh, well, you know, I'm just going to talk bad about her. She still has my $10,000, so we're going to see how this pans out. If she falls flat on her face, that'll be good enough for... What type of mentality? What type of mentality is that? I don't understand. I really don't. You almost got me out of my other... Anyway. Now, LaKenya is, of course, concerned because, like I said, she had that client who didn't like the hair that technically Maya gave her. So, all of a sudden, at the same day, on the same day, Mushia calls her and talks about how she has this proposition that she wants to work with her. And I'm like, the producers, you are not ish. This is too... Come on, you have to do a little bit better. At least make them change their clothes. Like... Anyway, we get to Deidre. Deidre brings on her new friend Trey. And Trey, he's actually he wants to be a beautician. To where I think he runs the school himself and teaches other people how to do hair. And mainly hair, I'm sure makeup as well, because it usually goes hand in hand. You're able to do some. And here's the thing. Deidre talks about her ex-friend, which is LaKenya, and how LaKenya didn't have her back. And she doesn't hold any ill will really to LaKenya. But it's just more so, I can't rock with someone that's not really rocking with me. And I understand that because LaKenya did kind of, it was a smart move, but did kind of leave her by the wayside. So I don't know how I feel about Trey being on the show, because Trey, he's messy and that's okay, but damn, what was that? And that's okay, but it's just, I don't know if it's gonna get annoying or not. But I guess the whole thing is Deidre, since no one probably wants to record with her, she had to go and bring on her friend. That's how these things actually work, if you guys don't know. Basically, most people aren't entertaining by themselves. They need some type of an audience. And Deidre's friend Trey is her audience. And Trey, of course, is on the come up as well. Now, they go and they try on wigs and they're imitating Maya. They're imitating Mushia. But I must say, Deidre looked good with that long wig on. That long black wig. She looked good with it. I was not surprised because it's not like Deidre's unattractive or anything, but it was just a nice switch up, a very nice switch up. So they're at the event and everything is going well, except for Trey comes in and he introduces himself to the ladies, and they're all like, why does he look for? Oh, Deidre, I've seen him before, I've met him before, I know him before. Trey's not really feeling Ebony. Feeling Beauty. He's not really feeling the rest of them. But, you know, he's new. He's a gentleman. So, his reaction to Beauty wasn't necessarily gentleman-like. But, I do respect the fact that, you know, he still treated her with respect even when she came towards him. Kind of like, oh, so what do you want? It's just like, how do you tell someone, so what do you want? Someone that you don't know, oh, so what do you want? Beauty, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. And, so then, of course, Deidre comes in, and everyone's just like, oh, hey. Because they're really not feeling her. Trey's just like, oh my gosh, my baby. Oh, I love. And they're just like, oh my gosh, Lord Jesus. We almost gave him a chance. Deidre came in with some mess. He was just like, And I didn't like, I know Deidre doesn't do it intentionally, but I the body of someone that's had 3 babies. So, no, take that. And I'm like, was that possibly directed towards Maya? She can't have kids? Like, that's how I honestly took it. Like, in the real world, that comment wouldn't have phased. But just because it's Deidre, I have to think, did she subconsciously do that? Of course, what's her name? Beauty is over it. Beauty's just like, oh, okay, so this is cute. Why are you here? And of course, they're waiting for everything to get started. They actually would love to kick out Deidre, but you know, she hasn't done anything yet. Deidre was mocking Mushia. Again, that's nothing new. See, the thing is, Deidre is messy, which is entertaining to a certain extent. That's the issue. She's entertaining to a certain extent. And it was interesting because Deidre, no, before Deidre, LaKenya went and, LaKenya had a messy moment now. LaKenya said, you know what, so comparing the two of you ladies, meaning Maya and also Mushia, it's like, so why would one person choose runway curls over pretty hair natural? Valid question. Wasn't necessarily appropriate right then. Do we really care because it's all about entertainment? Yeah. And so what ends up happening is, of course, Maya is irritated because she's in business with LaKenya. And it's like, why would you go and ask a question like that at this moment? Mushia basically was just like, you know, quantity, Maya, quality, me. Textures. 20 years in the game. Stands back and let other people do the work. Fully involved in. And again, when she said quality over quality, Maya was ready to go. But she said, you know what? I have a little bit more class than this. I have a little bit more class than that. I'm going to pretend to keep it cute. Because if I go and say and do what I really want to say and do. So, again, Mushia, she doesn't have... See, that's the thing. Mushia doesn't have a filter. And on one side, you can respect that. But on the other side, you also have to understand that people can be offended if you're saying something that is offensive. Sometimes people who don't have filters think that what they're saying, because they're just being real and honest, that it still doesn't hurt. And because they're not doing it in a malicious way, they're just doing it in a factual way. But everything is not meant to be spoken and said. So, but Deidre was eating it up because she saw that Maya was sweating, Maya was pissed. She was just like, yes, quality over quality, yes. Mushia, we have our disagreements, but I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I like Mushia when she doesn't have all the extra stuff, extensions and stuff in her hair. She really doesn't need that. I know it's for expression and she likes it. And she doesn't look bad, but I feel like she looks better with just a little bit less of it in her hair. But oh my gosh. But when, of course, what's the woman's name? When Deidre, you know, chimed in, Mushia and her started to go at it. And so that's when Mushia was just like, that's when Mushia started to act a fool and started to curse. And so they kicked Deidre out. Deidre and Trey left. They were, and they started to go in on Beauty. So it's like, okay, it's time for you to get out of here. You make me look bad. Go, 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 go. Now, LaKenya goes over to Mushia's and they talk. And long story short, LaKenya tells her about what happened with the client who walked out because she didn't like the natural hair that she had. So LaKenya decides she's going to give Mushia a try. She's going to give Mushia's product a try. Because Mushia is also doing big things. I think Runway Curls is in like over 500 stores. And does have nationwide distribution and all that. So it's like, okay, shout out to her. Okay, please don't get offended by this next statement. Actually, no. I respect the fact that Deidre has the same car that she had season 1, because we know Deidre's financial situation and her shop, it might have gotten more business than it has during the first season, but Deidre definitely isn't living without her means. I mean, that 2000 and whatever Honda Accord, it is nice, it is clean, it has leather seats, and it's probably paid for. So for anyone who possibly would go after Deidre for that, I can respect the fact that she's not living beyond her means. Now that I said that, let me tell you how I really feel. I'm a little shocked and bothered that someone who has all this mouth, is and this vibrato is in the situation that she's currently in. Again, I respect the fact that she has an actual home and an actual business and is not living beyond her means, but it just always throws me off when regular people like me, who fresh out of college, not making that much money, has a nicer car than someone on TV who's acting this. I'll leave it at that. Because I'm like, okay, I actually have high bills because I went to expensive college, and I'm still let me just stop right now, because I feel like something not so Christian like is coming out of me and sounding real bougetta. So let me stop. Let me stop. Now, it was funny because while Deidre was driving, again, this is all during the same damn day. I'm like, wait a minute. Can you guys at least pretend as if this all isn't happening on the same damn days? And dress like it's not happening on the same days? Deidre drove right by Maya's shop and noticed the for sale sign. Now, I must say, I would have gotten a giggle too before knowing the situation of, now wait a minute now. How is the chick saying that she's 1.2 million revenue in the bank, whatever, and she closes shop? But I don't know, Deidre's gonna get on my nerve this season. Like, because it's like, you can tell that if it wasn't probably for this show or for this group of women, she'd probably come across very differently. But I don't know, I don't like someone that can go 0 to 100 consistently real quick. So Trey goes to the beauty school because he wants to learn the ins and outs, because one day he wants to be essentially what's her name? Patty or Patricia? I believe her name is Patricia. Yeah, she's the new person on the show, and she has been doing sew-and weave since 2006. You know, $50 sew-and weaves. Hold up! Now, how has she been doing that since 2006 when Miss Maya came to Atlanta just a few short years ago and started opening up shop? So that's when Deidre's like, oh, God is good all the time. Deidre was so happy because Deidre realized, I got you, Maya. So you going and lying and perpetrating a fraud for everyone, saying that you were the originator and you did this and you did that, when in reality, all you did was steal someone else's concept who was doing it before you, who was doing it better because she's still in business and still has her multiple businesses open. Deidre! See, and then this is where it took the turn for the worse, because even though Patricia was just like, of course, yeah, I'm the originator, this and that, she was cool with just being that. Deidre, you know, acting like she's the Energizer Bunny, was right behind Patricia trying to gas her up. Now, thankfully, Patricia was at work, so she was conducting herself a certain way. And I know she's not going to continue to conduct herself that way, but I wish she would, because... Anyway, now we have Beauty talking with her son. I forgot what her son's name. He's looking into colleges. He's looking to go out of state. Her son is really tall. I don't know if he plays a sport of some kind. I hope that he plays a sport of some kind, because those sport scholarships are great. I didn't have one. I kind of wish I did have one. I had one for academics, so all good, but still. Now, like I said, Beauty, she doesn't want her baby. I believe this is her only child. She doesn't want him going and leaving Atlanta. She wants him to go to, what is it, Georgia State? Is that what it is? He's just like, no, the school's old and busted. And then, you know, Beauty gets an idea. Oh crap, all these college girls, their hairs are busted. So what if I get like a mobile vehicle and do their hair? That's actually a good idea. I'm just wondering how much money you're going to really make off of that, because they're not going to have that much money. That's my only thing. They're not going to have that much. They meet at the Quiznos down the street, and Deidre, I don't know what, she looked off. She looked, I don't know what it was. Was it the, she just looked different, I'll say that. And so Deidre, again, is trying to go and get Patty to really consider doing something towards Maya in retaliation of Maya stealing her ideas. So she's just like, you know, maybe I'll have people, you know, pick it out in front of her store or something like that. And Deidre's just like, no, but you really need to do something. And this is where Patty's just like, wait a minute. Why are you possibly, you know, coming at me like this, trying to get me to go and do your dirty work? Something really sketchy about you. I'm glad that she said that. Unfortunately, she didn't stay to that, and I am upset about it. Because we see what she's going to pull within the next couple episodes. Will it be entertaining? Yes. Do I hate the fact that, again, another person's character, for the sake of being on TV, goes by the wayside? Yes. Anyway, so Deidre said, you know, I know someone who's in radio, and what we can do is we can go and get you on the radio and you can tell your side of the story. She's like, oh, that's great. As soon as Patricia leaves, Deidre decides, you know what? Screw this. I'm going to go to 94.5 myself with Trey, and we're going to run a major smear campaign on Maya, because we already have the information. You know, Save Little Patty isn't going to go in the way that we need her to go in. So we're going to talk to the DJ Jazzy and get things done. Thank you guys for watching. Please come back next week. Please look at my other reviews, videos if you're interested. Please like, comment, subscribe. This show's going to be a mess. Kind of here for it.